Thank you. Senator Coates, I would first take issue with your analogy. I can assure you that the assistant coaches of the New England Patriots would be astonished to think that Bill Belichick is as passive as you would portray him. You've got to be more aggressive. This isn't a passive role, Senator. Let me move on to my only concern about your nomination. You're one of the most likable, affable, easygoing people I've ever met. I like traveling with you and working with you on this committee. I'm not sure likability and affability are the qualities I want in this position. I want somebody who's crusty and mean and tough, because you're riding herd on 17 agencies that will always want to be going in different directions, and you're going to be reporting to a president who may or may not want to hear what you have to say. Can you assure me that not only are you changing hats when you go into this job, but you're going to be hard in terms of your execution of this, I think the second most important job in the United States government right now?
Well, achieving the level of Bill Belichick may be tough. I haven't seen any other NFL coaches achieve the level of Bill Belichick. So that's
both in attitude and success.
But I hear exactly what you're saying, and I think the office demands it, and I think the times demand it. Clearly, we are in we're not in a passive situation from a world threat standpoint. Right. It has reached the level that we can't afford not to go at this with everything that we have.
And to put a point on this, the three most serious foreign policy mistakes in my lifetime are the Bay of Pigs, Vietnam, and the invasion of Iraq. All of those were based upon configuring intelligence to meet the desires of the policymakers. That's the common thread that runs through. The pressure on you to try to meet the demands of the policymakers, and it just happened on Saturday when allegedly the Trump administration, the White House, put pressure on the Department of Homeland Security Intelligence and Analysis to come up with a justification for the travel ban. Rather than asking what's the story on people from these countries, they gave them the answer and said, give us the evidence. This, did you understand, have you heard about this incident that just was reported this past weekend?
I read that in public media, yes.
Does that concern you?
As I said in the beginning, and as I will say frequently to both the president and to the executive branch, you need to fully understand my role. And my role is to provide you with intelligence to formulate policy, not formulate policy, not be a spokesman for any political decisions that are made. Yes, I have made this clear. I will continue to make this clear. I cannot go outside the bounds of my authorities, and I believe those authorities require me to do nothing less than what I just said.
Quick yes or no question. Do you need this job?
No, I don't need this job. One of the benefits of being in your generation together, I think, as I look at the panel here.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, you gave that's the right answer.
You and I go back all the way to the Bay of Pigs, and all the way to Vietnam.
And
we've been experienced. If we haven't learned anything from these incidents, then shame on us.
That's right. And I want you to remember, because there is going to be a moment when you're going to have to say, I don't need this job because I'm being asked to do something that I shouldn't do. I'm not predicting that will happen, but that could happen. It's happened, and this isn't about this president or any other president. It's happened, as we both pointed out, over the past 40 years. A couple of follow-up questions on the national security. I don't know where the language came from, but the language says that where instances, you're invited where instances pertaining to the DNI's responsibility and expertise are to be discussed. I can't imagine a situation where that wouldn't be the case. I'm worried that you said, well, if it's a problem, we'll fix it. It should be fixed now. You shouldn't be welcome at these meetings. You should be part of these meetings. And I would urge you to talk to the White House about this executive order that was issued barely a week after the president was in office about correcting that fault. And the second fault in that was to put Steve Bannon, the president's political advisor, onto the National Security Council. I understand that President Bush forbade Karl Rove from even going to National Security Council meetings, let alone being on it. And I hope you will go back and take that message. Admiral Mullen says this is politicizing intelligence from our national security from the beginning, and I think that's a very bad practice.
Thank you, Senator. I'll take that message back to the president.
Thank you.